Welcome back to Random University, and yes, I'm rocking the stash for this one, where today we're going to talk about 5 things that came out before its time, or 5 things that should return in today's times. Kind of link it together and some mixed things. We'll be working on this. This came out of our list department. This is a fresh news segment that I'm coming up with, so bear with me now. Hopefully you find it interesting, and hopefully we can come up with some things that everybody can relate to. Also, if you decided to click on this video and you're enjoying the content of anything else that I've released, or if you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Just hit the button below. It's free. Subscriptions are free, likes are free, so just please click the button and help us out. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost able to get monetized, and if you can help us out, it'd be very much appreciated. Welcome back to Ran-DomU. It's go time.
Optimus, maximize!
Let's go ahead and get right to the list today, where pretty much it's not one of those things that's going to be in any particular order. It's just kind of one of those things I've decided to just start saying things. So we're just going to start off at number 5, which number 5, we're going to start off with Surge. If anybody remembers Surge, Surge was an energy drink that actually came out in 1997. It was originated in Norway, and it actually came out originally as Urge. So, I guess it was somewhat creative. Came over to the United States, and once it passed all the tests, I guess, to be the Mountain Dew killer. It was designed to actually, smack Mountain Dew off the market, but it didn't quite work out that way. Though everyone that I've ever talked to thought it was actually better than Mountain Dew. And that's some people that really love Mountain Dew. The ones that would actually kill for Mountain Dew. Those type of individuals. Surge really was Mountain Dew on steroids. It was one of those things that it was put out there, and it was a great drink. It was strong, it was potent, gave you a ton of energy, and I think it had probably the equivalent of about 3 soft drinks all in one. Super green, probably made your pee come out super green. It was a lot of different stuff, made your tongue green. Everything turned out green like Reptar. It was very special. I really love Surge, and I think I wasn't the only one. So it has actually come back. So it's not one of those things that never really returned. It came back into like certain businesses, and like you can order on Amazon now. So basically it's like one of those parental drinks almost. It's almost like ordering an online alcohol. So you don't go to the store and buy Surge anymore. It's come back at like Burger King and a few other places, but it's a little sad considering how much I love Surge, and I know others have loved Surge as well. So we're never going to see it just rocking over a normal fountain drink ever again. Tough. Alright, so next on the list today is number 4, which is the show Freaks and Geeks, a show that I actually never watched, but then I went back and realized after a friend told me that it was star-studded. This cast was loaded. If you don't know some of the people that's being listed here and going across the screen currently, I suggest you just take a look at their IMDb or their filmography or anything that involves what kind of films or television they were in. It was lengthy. These people were in a lot of shows. If you don't know who Jason Segel is, or if you don't know who James Franco is, or Shia LaBeouf, if you don't know who they are, ooh, tough. But either way, their catalog is long. And the fact that this show only lasted like a season, 1, that is a travesty. And the real messed up thing about this show is that it fell because simply nobody watched it. That's why it lasted 1 season. It's amazing to think with all of these great actors and actresses that it lasted 1 season. So this would fall into the category of it came out at the wrong time. Number 3 on today's list is the most random thing ever, a typewriter. I think we should bring back typewriters. Yes, a typewriter. I think we should bring it back and implement it back into early days in school. So that way, since everybody's on smart devices now, we would actually teach kids to not press send so early. Because on a typewriter, when you're typing, the bottom line is it's final. Each letter depends on accuracy. So you can't just go back all the time. So if you teach people to use stuff and be more, I guess, more cautious with what they say, and they would, be less likely to send out more crazy texts, less threatening messages, things that would make people seem a little bit over the top or Looney Tunes. You don't want that to happen anymore. So I believe, actually, if you implement typewriters back into society, that would actually help us out going forward as far as some of the proofreading skills that people have, the fact that people are so bad at literature, typing, spelling, all of that. The fact that people misspell and misuse so much language is just sad and pathetic at this point in time. Now, this isn't the most exciting thing on the list, but I also thought it could be beneficial towards society. Now, number 2 on this list is only going to matter to you if you play video games and you enjoy sports, which is I want the return of great Madden games. Because Madden sucks now. I'm sorry. Anybody who plays Madden nowadays knows that it doesn't compare to the Maddens that actually came out in the 2000s, which I know it sounds so sad and old schoolish of me, but that is the facts. Those games were better. They were deeper. They had more stuff in them. They had less glitches. They played better. The only problem was they weren't on modern software, so they ran a whole lot slower. So you had a whole lot longer loading screens. So getting to games, getting in and out of games, getting between the seasons, yeah, that took a while. And that was painful. And boy, it taught you patience in the highest level. It taught you how to just wait and genuinely wait. And just be patient for the results you really wanted in things in life. Sort of like you used to have to wait in the line going to the, doctor's office. You had to wait a while, just before you got called in, or you also go to lines at the grocery store. A lot of places had lines. Theme parks still have lines. They used to be absolutely out of control before they started killing people everywhere. But it was just one of those things that it taught you a lot. But Madden games in general, they're just so buggy. They're so bad and they're ugly all over the place as far as like how the game plays. They're broken to no end. You can cheat and spam the game on no other, like to ridiculous levels. It doesn't take a whole lot of talent sometimes to be great at Madden, and that's what's bothersome about the game nowadays. It's less realistic and it looks okay. It looks great, but I mean, it just doesn't play like it used to, and it hurts because the game used to be great. Make Madden great again. And lastly on this list, the intro to this show. Beast Wars. Beast Wars was arguably probably about the second CGI, fully made TV show that came out in the 90s outside of Reboot, which was the first one that ever came out, which was a solid show. But the sad part is I don't remember anything about that show, but I do remember a lot about Beast Wars. And Beast Wars was a show with Transformers that was actually turned into beasts, and they just came out with the movie recently, which is showed here. And it's one of those things that I loved the show growing up because it was really cool. And you actually got to see 3D platforms, on television, which was kind of something you were hoping in your video games if you were a nerd like me. And thus you would, be excited about that kind of stuff. They had great voice actors. The show was relatively deep. It had a lot of, ups and downs. It had a lot of peaks in emotion. It had a great character growth throughout the series. It was only like 4 or 5 seasons long, but it was a great show for the time being during the 90s. And I thought it was animated well. And it was one of those things I felt like it came out early. I felt like if it was made at a later point in time where there was better CGI and much better technology to actually make the show and implement it the way they really wanted to back then, it would be a real major hit instead of it just being just an afterthought, which is tough because I really love that thing. But that's going to conclude today's video on 5 things that I think that should return, or 5 things that came out before its time. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and if it's, I don't know, I'm probably going to make another video of this whether people liked it or not. So hopefully you did. And if you did, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers and help to get this channel monetized. So hopefully you can help, push this channel to another direction. And if you're enjoying the content, thank you very much. See you soon.